Hi everybody, hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be doing something kind of different for this video. Um, of course, this year we're in 2017, and it marks. I know I'm doing it like a couple of months earlier, but in April 2017 is going to mark the 10th anniversary of one of the most infamous radio moments in radio history. Of course, I'm talking about, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Don Imus nappy-headed hose comment that he did on his WFAN radio show. Talking about the Rutgers women's in 2007, or the 2006-2007 Rutgers women's basketball team. That's Rutgers University was in New Jersey, based in New Jersey. And of course, what happened was, they just had, or the night before, they had the college women's basketball championship game between Rutgers and I think they played Tennessee. Rutgers lost, and they were a total underdog story, like a stereotypical college underdog underdog story. But like I said, they lost the championship game. And Imus, Don Imus, who's been in New York for like 40 years now, made a comment because his radio show was also simulcast at that time on MSNBC in the mornings, and then while they're doing a sports report, but then Rutgers lost the women's championship game. Imus made like a passing comment. I said it more than once during that radio show, because the girls who played for Rutgers were pretty tough-looking girls. You know, for women athletes, it looked pretty tough. I think a couple of them had tattoos on their arms. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I don't want to get any flack for it. But they were like a tough team to play that time. Well, they were tough enough to go all the way to the championship game. So Imus, for some reason, and also the producer Bernard McGurk, said, "Oh, that looks like a bunch of nappy-headed hoes," because they had they had cone rollers in their hair. They had really like what they call bush hairstyles. When I was a kid, called like bush hairstyles. And of course, Imus made that comment. "Oh, they look like nappy-headed hoes." To me, when I listen to Imus in the morning every day for almost 30 years, and when he makes a comment like that, usually for me it goes in one ear after the other, because he always makes dumb comments like that, and I got used to it after a while. Because he made that remark, that was Al Sharpton, a piece of crap, bigoted asshole, I have to say it, was protesting Imus to get him fired. Not only fired from his NBC simulcast, which MSNBC did almost within a day or two, they fired him. Well, decided to stop simulcasting his show because he had the nerve to say nappy-headed hoes. He made other dumb comments, and MSNBC never removed his show because he happened to make fun of a mostly black and Hispanic women's basketball team. Then they removed his comments. And Al Sharpton was constantly protesting outside of the radio station, the WFAN studio, until Imus got fired. And within about roughly a couple of days, within about like 3 days, he was fired. And the irony was that Imus did appear on Al Sharpton's radio show to apologize. That he had no right to apologize to Al Sharpton. I'm sorry. I think Imus's reasoning was, hey, if I could apologize to Al Sharpton, he will shut up and stop protesting me. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because Al Sharpton kept protesting until he was fired. And CBS Radio, which controlled WFAN, they fired him anyway, which pissed me off for firing him over this. And not only that, but most of practically the whole basketball team, along with the coach, never heard of Imus. Believe it or not, since Imus has been on, his show was on. Has been simulcast on TV for a few years. At that point, I think for almost 10 years. At that point, his show was simulcast, and he's been in New York for like I said, for 40 years. So who hasn't heard of him? Okay. And then when they told the coach, who got elected to the Hall of Fame, at the very next election for the Basketball Hall of Fame, she got elected on the basis of this incident, of the nappy hair hose incident. The coach, Vivian Stringer, got elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame at the 2008 Hall of Fame ceremony for the Basketball Hall of Fame ceremony because of this incident. In my opinion, she did not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but because she had a habit of abusing her players. So she's no saint. Vivian Stringer is no saint. She should be fired. Because she's a piece of crap, piece of human excrement. Okay. And Imus did get fired, and Imus actually sued CBS, and unfortunately the Cellular Court will love to bet on that case, for jury duty, because he had, I think Imus had, like another 2 years on his contract, so they fired him. He wasn't allowed to finish his contract because CBS got pressure from Al Sharpton and his cronies to fire him. And of course, for a few months, it was in April, and then in December of 2007, Imus got back on the air on WABC, and he's been on. Thankfully, got another job, and he's been on ABC ever since. Originally, he got a contract to be on WOR 710 in New York, but he didn't accept it because WOR would not hire Bernie McGurk, who also got fired because of the nappy had a host thing, because Bernie was a producer, and he also said nappy had a host on an infamous broadcast. He says, hey, look, if you don't hire Bernie, I'm not going to sign with WOR because he didn't want to hire Bernie. So that's why he signed with ABC, because we're willing to hire Bernie. And of course, they've been back on ABC ever since. Now, since then, they got a show on WFAN, a show that's much worse than Imus ever said. And that's Boomer Esiason and Boomer Cohen. And I heard one time, Cohen say, well, who would you rather date with, or rather sleep with? A woman with a natural A cup, or a woman with an enhanced D cup? I mean, with one who has a breast implant. He doesn't get fired over that, but they fired Imus for saying nappy had a host. And to me, this goes out to anybody from Rutgers University. You cannot lose enough games to satisfy me. Fuck Rutgers, fuck the women's basketball coach, and fuck everybody who is associated with Rutgers. Because look what happened with Rutgers after that. You had a couple of scandals revolving around the athletic program. You know, the coach for the football team left. The athletic director, the guy who was in charge of the sports in Rutgers, there was a bit of a scandal. He never even graduated college. He never even got a college degree, so then he got fired. You also had the incident with the gay student in Rutgers who killed himself because his roommate videotaped him with his webcam having gay sex in the dorm room. So he eventually killed himself over it. Unfortunately, he got found guilty, was sent to jail. Unfortunately, the verdict was overturned, and they have to have a retrial on that, which is a disgrace. He should be in jail for that for the rest of his life for what he did. But Rutgers is a piece of crap university, and every time they have now Rutgers is in the Pac-10, I think it is now, or the Big Ten, and they're in the same conference as Penn State. You can have the two worst universities ever playing against each other, You have Penn State, which is famous for molesting kids, and you have Rutgers, who's famous for having nappy-headed hoes. Well, going back to the Imus incident, there's actually one of the women basketball players who Imus insulted, trying to file a class action suit and try to have the entire basketball team suing Imus for saying nappy-headed hoes on the radio because they were injured. She thought she was injured in some way. Cause they did make a big deal out of it. They blew it more out of proportion more than anything else. And to have trying to, because everybody was interviewing all the players and distracting them, because they were saying, "Oh, what do you feel what Imus said about your team? Call all you nappy-headed hoes. What do you think about that?" And they felt. And they felt about, and that thing lasted to approximately towards the time when Imus was rehired. And then, thankfully, in the 10 years since then, nobody has really brought up to Imus. Well, Imus himself has talked about it. Because of the fact that, especially around the time when the anniversary comes around, so there's the anniversary of me saying a stupid comment. But Rutgers got fired. He referenced it a few times. And even to this day, he admitted that was stupid that he appeared on Al Sharpton's radio show. And now he curses Al Sharpton because Al Sharpton, more than anyone else, was the one who pushed to get Imus fired. But I felt that this instance, I should talk about it because the 10 years later, in April. I know I'm doing a couple months early, but I figured, what the hell, discuss this topic. And like I said earlier, the Rutgers sports teams cannot lose enough games to satisfy me. Personally, I never had anything against Rutgers personally until this incident. Because they got the coach and the university and Al Sharpton pushed to get Imus fired. And believe me, if you think that the protest against the October ban, you should have seen the protest against Imus, who I feel is not. You call him racist and sexist. You're talking about a guy who last week we just had Martin Luther King holiday. You're talking about a guy who every year plays the "I Have a Dream" speech every single year on his radio show. If that's not racist, I don't know what is. So that's my view on the Don Imus firing, WFN firing. Please click on the video, please read it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. That's RWDY.com. There's a homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. Please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.